Hey y'all, it's your grad, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about what does an engineer do anyway? Because I've seen the question on the timeline, and it's a good question because I don't even know Tiff. Stay tuned, tune in for this latest YouTube video if you are interested. Engineers do different things, but overall I like to think of engineers as people who create things and who improve things. So if you think of a manufacturing line, there are products coming out, someone had to create a design for that product. That'd be the drawing, that'd be all the technical information about it, the measurements, the dimensions, all of the physical properties, the materials. So all of those attributes are things that maybe a mechanical engineer would do, a materials engineer would do, a chemical engineer would do. So they look at the structure, how to build something, how to create something, what different properties would go into it. And it really just depends on which engineering major you're in. I'm an industrial engineer. We kind of specify into improving processes or improving products. So we might look at the quality. We might look at how quickly we're able to produce those projects or products so that we can hit our targets. My role is the production and quality engineer. And so in this role, I look at the products that come off the line and I say, does it look right? Does it look clean? Are there any marks? Is the customer gonna look at this and be like, what is this? You have software engineers. Right now, tech is really booming and it's gonna continue to grow. So software engineers are right there in the middle of it. They're the people who create code, front end, back end. They may have their different coding and programming languages that they do, whether Python, C++, Java, C#, etc. Shout out to the software engineers because that one is not easy at all. Like none of the engineering is easy, but that one, yeah. You have civil engineers. Civil engineers focus on infrastructure, structure of buildings, roads, highways, outside, outdoor kind of stuff. Petroleum engineers, gas, petroleum, oil, and pumping all that stuff and, you know, extracting it and allocating it. I don't know much about petroleum engineering, honestly. I don't know any petroleum engineers. It's not that popular up here in Michigan anyway, that I know of. I don't know many petroleum engineers. I know it's probably more popular in the South. Up here, of course, you know, it's the Motor City, so a whole lot of mechanical engineers, industrial engineers, everybody else in between, but just not a lot of petroleum engineers. And then you have sales engineer. That's another tech one that's kind of new. It's not your traditional engineering, but they are somebody that kind of work in tech and someone that has more technical knowledge of a technical product that's being sold to usually another business. Engineering can really be whatever you want it to be. Some people aren't great at coding. You don't necessarily have to code in every single engineering discipline. You may say, you know what, I'm not fit out to be a software engineer. I'm gonna be a civil engineer. Or I really like drawing things in AutoCAD, or I really like drawing things, so I'm gonna be a mechanical engineer. It really depends on your interests and what industries are big in the location that you're in or interested in relocating to. There's a lot of fluidity between the different engineering fields, just depending on which one you're in. So for instance, I'm a quality engineer, but I'm also an industrial engineer. And depending on what it is, I could be hired for mechanical engineering roles. It really depends on what your background is, what experience you have, and what you're interested in really. So I find that a lot of mechanical engineers might dabble into industrial engineering or quality engineering. Like I said, I'm a quality engineer, so I'm focusing on the product as it comes off the line, and I'm looking at it, I'm making sure that it's in spec. I talk to suppliers like, hey, this raw material is trash. Please improve the quality. This is not in our agreement. You know what I'm saying? I also work with customers. If they're like, hey, you sent me this product and I don't like it, it's not up to spec, it's broken, it's not working, etc. So then I go back to the factory to say, okay, how can we improve this? How did this happen? And how can we prevent this from happening in the future? Another thing engineers might do is lead or facilitate. So they may be a project manager. They may be someone who is in front of a project and make sure that it's going in line as it should. A project engineer. There's somebody who is gonna see it out. They're gonna say, is this done? Is this done? Is that done? Making sure that everything gets done in the budget and time constraints of that particular project. So currently I'm an engineer in the luxury fashion and jewelry industry, which I really like because it's different than what I'm used to, but it's something that I'm interested in. And I'm still applying my background of engineering, industrial engineering, quality engineering. I will say sometimes you kind of do have to just take what you can get when you're first starting out. But eventually as you build up experience, you'll be able to say, hey, I have this background. I'm trying to get into this, so let me in. It took me a while to get here, but we're here. I still see engineering as a stepping stone for me, but right now I'm cool. I'm content with where I am. But yeah, I'm excited to see what comes in the future. I'll continue to share with y'all. Sorry for being gone so long, but definitely feel free to comment down below any of the questions you have about engineering or questions about specifically what I do or specific engineering fields. And I'd be happy to delve in them more, bring on other guests that may be in that field, maybe meet a petroleum engineer. But definitely thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned, there will be more Ada Shakara on the way. 5, 6, 7, 8. My name is Ada and I make Shakara all day long. Yes, ha 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 Shakara. Oh Lord J Shakara. Oh Lord J.